How's it going, everybody? I haven't posted a video in a while. So I'm thinking about posting a few today. Uh, I wanted to actually post, oddly enough, a video about cell phone service. Um, so I recently took a cross-country trip, and I have AT&T through my cell phone, and I have Verizon through my iPad. And I was traveling some pretty kind of far out there roads and stuff. I took a really interesting route. And so I have Verizon for my iPad, and I have AT&T through my cell phone. Without getting too much into the details of my trip, kind of right out of the gate, I had some trouble coming from Pacific Northwest down through Oregon, Nevada, Utah, to where I didn't have cell coverage for my phone, and wasn't quite sure what I was going to do because it was looking like I was maybe going to have some car trouble, and I was like in the middle of nowhere, desert, wasn't quite sure. Anyways, and so I actually had the unexpected privilege of a side-by-side test with Verizon and AT&T. I am a iPhone user. I'm a big fan of the iPhone. I have been for quite some time, Apple in general. And with the release of the new iPhone here soon, or today, I can't remember when, that's what's prompting me to make this video. I don't obviously know right offhand what the most common carrier for iPhone users is. I've been with AT&T for a while, and generally pretty happy with their service. I got grandfathered in on unlimited data, so go me. But I wanted to post this video for people who are maybe thinking about switching carriers, or you don't have a carrier, whatever the case may be. So I just wanted to offer my experience traveling across the country with both carriers, and kind of how that played out. So if you're thinking of switching carriers, AT&T to Verizon, or you're just wondering, AT&T, my cell phone, I didn't get very good reception going across country. I frequently didn't have any reception, like at all, and I would lose reception really quick, like it was just gone. And especially when you get out into, nowhere land, no reception. So the very first day, I was having these troubles, possibly looking at needing to get a hold of somebody, and I didn't have cell phone coverage, so I turned on my iPad just to see, and sure enough, I had cell phone service, oddly enough. Not only did my iPad get coverage, where I had no coverage whatsoever with my phone. I hadn't had service in a long while at that point. So not only did I have service on my iPad with Verizon, but I think I actually had like LTE. And I mean, I'm in like the middle of nowhere. There's nothing in any direction. So that was my first kind of clue that having my iPad with me and Verizon was going to be really handy. And so as my drive continued, I still, like I say, the whole trip was pretty much in fairly remote areas, middle of nowhere, the whole entire way. And just to to give you an idea, I was going from Washington State down through Oregon, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, just to give you an idea. So I ended up using the GPS on my iPad quite a bit because it just didn't lose reception hardly at all. So that's the first thing. Verizon, hands down, won on service. Just way better coverage in terms of getting a good signal. I got LTE a lot of the time, way out in the middle of nowhere. The second thing is, on my phone with AT&T, I would lose reception quick. I mean, I'd go from LTE, 4GE, nothing, like quick. And with the iPad and Verizon, I would hold the signal a lot longer. So I would get LTE a lot of the time, but when I would lose LTE, I would still have some sort of signal for a fairly long time. So my coverage in general was really, really good. I was really, really impressed. It reminded me a lot of that, that "Can You Hear Me Now" commercial. That was really kind of what it was like, just out in random. I literally ended up driving down the Pony Express route, which I didn't realize that was going to be part of my route. And so I take a turn onto a gravel road, which I thought, oh, well, maybe I'm just cutting across, and ended up going along the Pony Express route for like 4.5 hours, and got coverage a lot of the time, even on the Pony Express route, which, if you ever get a chance, it's pretty cool, pretty historical. Just plan for it and make sure that you get lots of gas. Make sure you fill up before you end up doing that. Anyways, so hands down, my experience on my accidental comparison, Verizon won out, hands down. Just LTE coverage a lot of random places, just good coverage in general. AT&T, not so much. And I couldn't say, I don't know for sure if there's any sort of contributing factors in terms of iPod, iPhone, iPad, iPhone, if that made a big deal in terms of getting coverage or not getting coverage. I really don't know. I think Verizon, if I'm not mistaken, is I think a little bit more expensive to have as a carrier. But if you are anybody who goes places, especially if you're a traveler by car, whatever, seems like Verizon is the way to go. I haven't had a lot of trouble with AT&T in terms of just staying around home. Like I say, I don't dislike AT&T, but I just found that Verizon apparently has much better coverage from my experience. So there you go. If you're looking to get a new phone in general, like I say, I thought I'd put this up for the imminent release of the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus or whatever. There's my 2 cents. So hope that was helpful to you, and good luck. Leave any comments, questions, or concerns you have. I have some other videos on various topics, so take a minute and check that out, and thanks for checking me out.